The village of Roscoe issues a statement regarding the cancellation of the annual Mud Volleyball event hosted by Keep Northern Illinois Beautiful.
In it, officials say the village has always supported events that foster community spirit and engagement, with Mud Volleyball being one such event. However, they add the safety and well-being of the residents and participants are top priorities.
The statement continues, citing concerns that were raised about alcohol consumption at last year's event, which prompted the village to propose new safety measures.
They say discussions were halted by KNIB, which resulted in no agreement being reached, leading to the cancellation of the event.